welcome to my channel. This is my channel that's new. I just launched it last month, so welcome to your November reading. I'm going to be using tarot cards as well as one energy oracle card that will shine a light on the theme of this month, November, for you. Which I like to call the catalyst card. This card sheds light on what should be your focus this month. If you're dealing with difficult situations, circumstances, what energy will be benefiting you. And so this month, actually, just so you know, this is a general reading before I start. So take what resonates, all right? So catalyst this month is the Temple Path. Wow, so the Temple Path is a journey that you need to take in solitude, sitting in your center, making the time to go within. And as you go within, you travel down this temple path where your team of guides and spirits and loved ones on the other side, your ascended masters who are waiting to give you guidance, information, some knowledge, a piece of advice perhaps. Now this temple path is open and I see a waiting. It's almost as if your team of guides wish to speak with you and you're not making time for them. And so the energy that would most benefit you this month is meditating, going within, and simply being receptive of anything that comes through. That's your message. It's going to shed a light on you. So the next cards are tarot cards that I have already laid out. I've shuffled them and laid them out. There are 4 cards on the table. So the first card is what you need to know, and this is High Priestess in the reverse. This is again somebody who is not tapping into their inner divine truth, tapping into their inherent knowledge. You know, the High Priestess has a lot of knowledge. The Torah sits in her lap. And with her being reversed, there's something that's hidden. Sorry about the noise. There's something that is hidden that is not coming out into the open. And it's a knowledge that can be gained through intuition, through going within. You know, it's not something external. This is all that knowledge that is within you. And so the Temple Path is encouraging you also, you know, to tap into that intuition, to trust your own inner guidance. What is it that your higher self wants to tell you? And how do you tap into that? Well, you sit down and meditate and you make time, you're quiet, either you go for a long walk, you go into nature, you ground yourself, you tap into your inner wisdom and your knowledge. And that's the High Priestess. That's what she's here to tell us. So there's hidden knowledge that needs to be accessed. What you need to do is be the Fool card. Now this is telling me you have some hesitations. If Spirit is telling you this is what you need to do, is, you know, take the leap of faith, go off over the edge. You will not fall, rather you will fly. Have that faith, you know, be the fool, step into the unknown. This is the time to think about what is holding you back. What old thought patterns, old values and belief systems are holding you back. That voice of caution, you know, how wise is it? How much attention should you give to it? You know, you can listen to that fear. You know, discernment is needed this month in understanding, is this my intuition speaking, or is this my ego, or is this self-talk coming from a place of fear? And that's why High Priestess is here to help us with that discernment that is being asked from us. So the Fool, this is what you need to do. Trust in that inner knowledge. And I like how, the Fool, you know, his chest is kind of, you know, pushed out, and that shows that his heart chakra or her heart chakra is open, and she's just taking the leap of faith. And that's what you need to do this November, is to trust your inner guidance. What you need to release this month is Ten of Wands, and in the reverse, because it's telling me you have not released some of these old fears and these negative thought patterns that you may have, this negative self-talk. It's nothing external, it's all self-inflicted pain. There's been a lot of hardship and pain and suffering that you've gone through. And not all of this is internal, perhaps also externally, literally being backstabbed. And I'm really sorry if you've had to go through that. This Ten of Swords is not an easy journey. It's a very painful, deeply painful experience. But yet you're at the end of it. When it's upright, it means, well, now it's time to get up and get moving. When it's in the reverse, you're stuck. You're stuck. You are unable to move. You're overwhelmed. The swords represent our thoughts, communication, harsh communication. So perhaps something was said in the past by loved ones that was very deeply painful and hurtful, or you were saying negative things to yourself. And so now it's time to release that. This is not a time, November is not the time, we're in the cycle of Scorpio. It's a time of death and resurrection. This is clearly calling for let old wounds die, honor the pain and suffering, acknowledge that which has happened, make peace with it, and be grateful. There's always moments that we can identify and be grateful for those experiences, acknowledging that, oh, if this had not happened, I would not have learned XYZ. So this is asking us to now put to rest all the wounds, all the aches and pains, release it. And how do you do that? So you just, when you sit, this is a tip, if you are sitting in meditation and you can set an intention with every breath you take in, you can imagine breathing in this beautiful white cloud. And so this white light clears off heals any wounds and pains and grief, sorrow. And as you exhale, you let it out. You let it out into the universe, and you call in your guides. This high priestess, the temple path. They are there to help you. Your team of spirit and your guides and your ascended masters, they are there to share this gift of healing and knowledge with you. And all you have to do is be receptive to that and say, please take away, I release all of this very painful experience and all the trauma that came with it, and I thank you for taking it from me and transmuting it into something more wonderful. You send it to the light and let the light do its thing. Any darkness can't survive in light. So that dark, dense energies, emotions, please do yourself a favor this month and make space, clear out the old. When you make space for that, you'll be able to step into, look at all the sunshine behind him and look at all this darkness here. And now that's at the bottom. It's like this residual, dark, negative energies that are not serving you anymore. These need to be put to rest. Step into the new, step into your power. Allow your high priestess to talk to you this month. Advice from Spirit, finally. So we have Six of Swords. Again, this is being stubborn. Six of Swords in the upright is asking us to make a transition, to move on. Turbulent waters to calm waters. Very common message that comes from the Six of Swords. Yeah, there is sadness and grief, with their backs turned and their backs also hunched a little bit. There's a lot of heaviness in the heart that they're carrying. There's grief. Moving is never easy. It's very painful. With this being in the reverse, it's showing us that there is a reluctance to move on, to acknowledge, to wallow in self-pity and sadness. Don't do that this month, Cancer, please. Make time to move on and clear up the old. With all these cards in the reverse, the High Priestess, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the swords, like I said, represent thoughts and communication. It's time to master the thoughts as well, and setting in positive intentions for this month. and allowing your intuition to guide you. So, but your challenge this month, bottom of the deck of the Energy Oracle cards, is Deceit. I like to see this card as, with the swords that are in play in this reading. Deceit is telling us, look beyond the curtain. Who's there? What value does he hold in his hands? What is it that you're not seeing? Again, the High Priestess is telling us about hidden information. So there's something that needs to come to light. This is also to do with the lies that you've been telling yourself. What is your core truth? Again, High Priestess, the question that High Priestess asks, and those are some of the difficult questions you need to look at yourself. What values do you hold of utmost importance? Perhaps are they deceptive? The things that you've been telling yourself, what is the truth in those things? Do they hold true? Do they have any foundation? Those are some of the difficult questions you need to address this month. So I wish you all the best, and take care. Much love. Bye.